started.
Safety first!
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
That's never happened to me.
Shit. I've been waiting for you.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Two of you need help. Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
Damn it.
If you like what you see here on the outside, you're gonna love what you'll see on the inside. The recipe for Hooters chicken wings is so secret, even our cooks aren't allowed to know it. Do you know why our beer is so cold here at Hooters? Because we keep it in the refrigerator. Hey kids, you want to do your dad a really big favor? Tell your mom you want to go to Hooters.
Well, none of us are going to Hooters because they're
Nope.
not really around these days much anymore, and they really weren't like they used to be. But thank you for not sponsoring us, Hooters. We are not going to miss you. But I will not miss another stream with my buddy Kev, with Chad. It's good to have you back, brother. How you been up to?
Work. Yeah.
More work.
More work. I only had to work overtime one day this week, so that's a step up.
But was it 16 consecutive hours of overtime?
No.
Okay, because they could do that.
You've done that
I've done it once. I worked a 16-hour day once. It was right before we went into shelter in place during the pandemic, inventorying the warehouse.
Oof.
Yeah, and they had tried to set up like a scanner gun so you could just zap the barcodes on the on the product, but nope, that
Right.
didn't work. So we had to put in different numerical codes all by hand on laptops.
Fun.
Oh yeah. And the
I'd be like,
lady
"Hell
running it
no."
was like, "Oh, I'm an inventory specialist." Bull fucking shit, you are.
You suck.
Yep.
Well, turns out she got fired for being drunk on the job. So when they were cleaning out her office, they found like a couple bottles of vodka, I think.
They were empty, weren't they?
One of them was.
Mm. That was a good day for her.
Maybe she poured it down the drain. And when you're a specialist, you have a handicap. You know, you can have room to do that
Yes.
because you're a
Get rid of the
specialist.
evidence.
Yeah, she was special, all right.
Whoa.
So yeah, that's it. Nothing exciting.
Kevin, how about you, brother? What you been up to?
Oh, just an incredibly long week of work.
Yeah.
Hasn't been bad. It's just been long. Like, and it's not the work itself that is long. It's the fact that I'm not sleeping at night that makes my day super long. So it's like my day's this long. I'm working for this long, but I'm like super active during work. So it's like good work. But by the rest of the hours and the rest of the days, I'm glad we've been having good podcast homework because like I've just been very comfortable to sit in bed and watch TV at night. Like Resident Alien, Donnie Darko, and It have been my jam this week.
Which version of It? The one from the 90s or the recent ones?
Chapter 2 of the recent
the recent
ones, and the documentary about the 1991 movie.
Oh, that is good.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really good. Like I sat and watched
that
that
on
whole
Max?
thing.
I've watched it a few times.
Yes, I think so.
It's on Tubi.
Is it?
Oh,
It was on Tubi, and I think it might be on Prime.
I think it's still on TV.
It was the last
maybe-
time we watched it. It was on Prime, and it was on Tubi.
Okay, so that's probably where I watched it. Then was on
Yeah.
Prime.
Because there was another really good documentary I saw on Tubi a while back. It was called Never Dream Again.
That was so good.
It was like this 4-hour documentary about Nightmare on Elm Street.
I have that.
Oh, so fucking good.
Yeah, there's a sequel called I Am Nancy that's about Heather Langenkamp, and I want
Oh,
that so
yeah.
about
bad.
that.
I haven't heard on that one.
I heard about that. I haven't seen it yet. I need to.
It's very expensive because it was limited print.
Mm,
Oh, okay.
that's why I haven't
So-
seen it.
Whereas the
Yeah.
first movie was like mass printed, and they had it in Walmart and Target and all
Yeah,
sorts of
yeah.
different places.
Yeah.
So kind of like Never Hike Alone, not Never Hike Alone. His name was Jason. His name was Jason was the name of that documentary. So, and that wasn't as good as the one that you like, was it, Jeff? The Crystal Lake Memories?
Crystal Lake Memories is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, I don't have like the big like 4-disc one that when it came out because there was like even more footage on it. I have like the 3-disc one, so it's kind of a middle ground from the standard, which is just 2 discs, which is the main documentary. But I got the one with 3 discs, so I got a little extra, but it's not like the definitive version, and I'm totally fine with it. It's a good documentary. It's actually based off the book, and they just put more effort into the audio visual aspects and great interviews, great information.
Nice.
Check that out.
I still need to get RoboDoc.
I have that. I need to watch it though.
That might be my Father's Day gift to myself this year.
Yeah.
4-hour documentary about a 2-hour-long movie, or 6-hour-long documentary about a 2-hour-long movie.
Hey, can't go wrong with that either. But
No, you cannot.
No, but one of the things
like that kind of thing.
one of the things I recommend is watching the documentary on It, the original It, and then watch chapter 2 of the new It, because you'll notice all the original kids are in the remake. And
Huh.
it's like,
Oh.
son of a bitch. I'm like, I know who that is.
Damn.
Yeah,
I'm a
there's
West fan, so.
there's a scene where you first see Ben as an adult, and they're talking about architecture, and we should do this and we should do that and this. The bigger guy that you think is Ben is the kid that played Ben in the original movie. But
Yeah,
he's all
an
grown up now.
he's an entertainment lawyer now, isn't he?
No, that's Chunk from
That's right. That's Jeff
yeah.
Cohen.
Yeah,
Yep.
from Goonies. I'm not sure what he does though. I don't know.
Yeah, Chunk went to Berkeley.
He's actually
Is he
really
a-
good at being a lawyer. So
Yep. Hey, he represents Kihoy Kwan. Got him a good deal for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
He represents all of them, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I thought
I
so.
think most of them, if not all of them.
Huh. He needs to get Marvel by the Bobos.
Marvel by the Bobos and the ho-hos too.
Grab him by the Infinity Stones, right?
Yeah, or something. Snap him.
5 of them.
Snap Disney's balls off.
Lefty goes, but I don't want to go. Man, if
use
my
the
fucking
snap to give him
vasectomy would have
torture.
been that simple.
That would have been funny as shit.
Instead, I felt that pain up in my tits.
Itty bitty titties. Watch out for them twisters.
The twisters. Joffrey, what did you do this week, man?
Survive another week of work, sleep, not sleep. It's weird. I can get to sleep at about like between like 8 and like 9 or 10 for like a little bit of time, and then I wake up, I do computer stuff, and then I try to go to bed at a normal time, and it takes me until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning to get sleep, and then I
Ouch.
wake up again at like 6 or 5.
Uh,
It's like my schedule has like been out of whack for like 2 weeks, and it's driving me crazy.
I am sorry.
I think it's a lot of like work stress and whatnot.
Probably.
Well, I do get to work from home. It makes no difference. It's still a bunch of corporate bullshit. So
yeah. Anxiety is anxiety. It doesn't matter where it comes from. It's still going to get you.
And it's a fucking
Yeah.
bitch.
So I'm hanging in there on that. But hey, like Kevin said, we have some awesome podcast homework and show work that we've been working on. Conan the Barbarian. Tuesday's going to be Conan the Destroyer. So we'll see how
Nice.
that one goes. And then let's see, our Stargate show is doing pretty good. So I'm watching 2 episodes of that. And then Resident Alien, which due to fault of my own, we did not do our show last night. So we're moving that to Friday next week. So just an extra week bump. But
I was crying in bed when you fucking texted me. I was sitting there watching the end of it, like, oh, I know he dies, but this sucks.
God,
I'm
I'm
oh,
like, brother, I am so sorry. And you're like, it's okay.
I wasn't terribly mad. I figured you fell asleep. I knew you were tired.
Scheduling conflict. My sleep pattern had a scheduling conflict with our show.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what
Sounds
it
like you
is.
needed it though.
Oh God! But then I wake up. I'm like, oh shit. Well, I'll just watch a couple YouTube videos. Then so I watch some YouTube videos and try and go to bed. It's not till like 1 o'clock in the morning that I fall asleep again, and then bright and early. Hey, it's like 6 o'clock. We need to get some stuff done. I'm like, oh, okay.
Fuck that.
I
I
was
mean,
already awake at
hello.
5 o'clock anyway, so I was like, whatever.
I'm usually the first person up in my house, and I'm okay with that again. It didn't used to be that way. Like I got into a huge depression spell, and I was like sleeping 12 hours, and everyone was awake before me, and I'd be like, "Yeah, fuck you guys." Nah. But now it's like I'm just antsy and want to get out of the house before everyone else wakes up, just because I don't want to deal with anybody.
Oh, but there you go.
I'd rather be on the road and on my way to go drink coffee than deal with people.
And
Gotta get that coffee going.
For years, I was running the board for a morning sports talk show up in San Francisco. So I was getting up at like 1:32 in the morning.
Oof.
So, I mean, despite living in the same place, Gene and I hardly saw each other for a couple of years till I got, moved on to the opposite end. Because fucking radio can't make up their goddamn mind about shit.
What? Never heard that before. Please.
That's kind of what free beer and hot wings were talking about this morning.
Yeah, I've been out of the business just about 10 years.
You miss it?
No. I actually don't, because especially that last year, I had a program director who was micromanaging the fuck out of me.
Who's a dick?
Yeah, well, yeah. Put it to you this way, the day before I got fired, I'm talking to Gene going, yeah, I might need to start looking for a new job. I don't think this is going to last too much longer.
Yep.
Next day I got told, oh, well, we're going in a different direction. And I had to tell them like 3 or 4 times, okay, stop blowing smoke at me. Am I fired? And I finally had to drag it out of that program director motherfucker. Oh, no, get this. 30 days before he fires my ass, because I was a production assistant, I put together a lot of commercials. 30 days before he fires my ass, he's like, oh, well, your voice isn't up to standard, so we can't have you on anything longer than 5 seconds. Should have been a red fucking flag right there.
Yeah. Jesus.
No.
Because he was a dick.
Yeah, folks I know who had still been in the business, ever since the pandemic, it got a lot worse. So a lot of people I know either got forcibly ejected or they just were like, you know what, fuck it, I'm out. And yep, they're not looking back. Like, my dad's favorite talk station doesn't even exist anymore because it got turned into a sports betting radio station.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. KGO. I don't know if you remember that one, Kev.
Vaguely.
Yeah, that was like my dad would stay up all night, sitting out in his car, listening to the radio, listening to that damn station, and yeah, I was glad that he didn't have to deal with it. turning into such a stupid format.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I said, the business doesn't know what it wants to do with itself now.
I could see that up here, like the various radio stations that we have up here. Frankly, I listen to a simulcast that's out of Minnesota, the Free Beer and Hot Wings show, but they just broadcast it, locally. But otherwise, the rest of the radio stations up here, it's like if it's not the music that doesn't suck, it's the DJs. Like they don't pay people enough to get good DJs up here.
Here's what's happening. So it's not so much not paying people enough. It's a lot of times they're being piped in from other markets. They're voice tracking in because they pay like pennies on the dollar for that. They don't have to pay people as much as if they were, quote unquote, live. Even if somebody was tracking the shift while they were sitting in the studio, they would still have to get paid more than if they were just exporting their content.
Right. Dang.
Wow.
Yep.
So they learned to get too cheap and then they broke the business.
Yep. And now they're getting even cheaper from what I've been hearing.
Because they have to save those remaining pennies that they're pinching.
Uh-huh.
Or something.
Yeah, they're such tight asses, they could stick those pennies up their butts and they'd fuse together.
The first 2-cent coin.
I don't miss it. They couldn't pay me enough to go back.
Yeah,
I like doing this anyway. No one's telling you what to say. You could say fuck all you want. Fuck, fuckity, fuck. And
yeah, we're 15 minutes in. It don't matter now.
No,
that's true. Sorry, I wasn't watching the timer before.
Worry about the first few minutes. Once you get a little
come
further,
on, it just means we're gonna have a good night.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We have a big show tonight, so I should apologize in advance. Like I had to trim a lot of fat to the content. Usually we end up with like 30 to 40 pieces of content, and I'll trim some of that down. Like at best it's a good idea to have 20 stories for the night. And lately we've been lucking out and getting like 30, 40. And then still having to cut a little bit. Today there was about 80.
Yikes.
80 and I had to cut a little bit. And by the time I cut away a little bit, there was 54. I'm like, damn, that's still a big show. That's still a lot. And then I started cutting more away. And by the time I started cutting more away, there was still only like 47. I'm like, fuck! Like, how much shit can there possibly be? A lot happened this week.
Yep. Well, it did happen. And Kevin, you want me to get us kicked off here?
Yeah, man, bring it on. With are you starting it off with the big guy with the big news?
Or it can wait.
No,
doesn't matter to me none.
You already teased it.
Well, we're celebrating an anniversary around here. Happy Kaiju Month, everybody.
Godzilla. Over and over.
This is so freaking cool.
Oh,
yeah, baby. Destroy.
God, I love that score.
Yeah. Goosebumps.
Ooh, yeah.
Word.
Fuck yeah.
So
Fuck
it's
yeah.
gonna be fun. And I'm glad that they're working on the next like Godzilla minus movie too. So
And they announced the name for the new Godzilla X Kong.
yeah, Supernova.
That's right. That's right. Because every time I hear it, or every time I see the name, I get fucking Champagne Supernova stuck in my head. And people are like, God, you're old.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, the aches and pains don't do enough during the day to tell me that.
As I'm trying to move.
Ow, fuck, ow, fuck.
Exactly.
Well, when bringing up Godzilla Kong Supernova, I had that queued up too. And I have not seen this, so I'm going to be probably a little on the quiet side with this one.
All I saw was the name. I didn't actually see.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a trailer either, actually.
Oh, shit, I
cool.
didn't know that.
Thank you for calling Monarch Community Support Line.
Monarch support line.
There have been a number of
Yep.
Titan sightings today all over the
Well, I think Monarch got another tweet. So.
Emergency alert severe. Now
So
in
just a typical
production.
teaser.
With a kaiju supernova. Kaiju supernova in the sky.
Actually, I like that better.
Gene's gonna be singing that all night long. Now I'm gonna wake up at 3 a.m. He'll be going in a kaiju supernova, and I'll be thinking, God damn it, Ken.
You know I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it just on principle.
Well,
Fuck yeah. My work here is done.
Like I said, we're gonna have a good night.
Yeah, we really can't top that. We wanted to start off with Godzilla because we knew like no one was going to wait the entire show to see that, but nothing was going to be better than seeing Godzilla. So we're just like, you know what? Fuck it, just put it out there first.
Yeah.
We'll start with the good stuff. We'll easily go into the bad.
All right. Well, as we do, we start off with the obituaries for the week.
Yeah.
And this one was kind of hard. Greg Karen, or I can't even speak today. Who was a phenomenal special effects artist who'd done just about everything in our childhood that was just amazing and fantastic, from The Mask, Exorcist 3, which was one of my favorite things, Mrs. Doubtfire, which you wouldn't have thought being the same person. Like, this guy just did so many amazing things, and he'd been battling cancer, I believe, for the last year or two as well. And a lot of artists that he'd worked with had been trying to help a GoFundMe get passed around for a long, long time. But he apparently finally succumbed to his battle with cancer and needed to rest. So our heart go out to him and his family, and of course all of his fans. Yeah. And
I saw a social media post today from Doug Jones about this man's passing, and it was very heartfelt. But then again, that's what I've come to expect from Doug Jones. The man is very compassionate, from what I've seen.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. He's not one of those people that you see in the tabloids a lot.
No,
if at all. And you're always happy to hear his name when it's involved in a picture. You're like, oh, okay, that should be fun. I wonder what he's going to be now. I wonder what he's going to do.
He basically helped to craft an alien species in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because when they were doing the Kelpian race, he's the one who came up with the way they walk.
Interesting.
Well, he basically, because they have hooves, so he was kind of wearing, like, going around in high heels without the heels. So he had his, instead of, the normal swing of your arms, he kind of waved his hands behind him like he was wafting a fart away.
Interesting.
That's the best way I can describe it.
Wafting of, all right. I'm down with that. So, but yeah, that's this is incredibly too bad. I really liked his work. I really hope God has a sense of humor about that whole Jesus and blackface thing. That was pretty horrible, but it was supposed to be. If you haven't seen The Exorcist 3, it's got the worst and best jump scare in cinema history. Like, go see The Exorcist 3. It's worth your $20.
Pretty damn cool.
Yeah. So, but anyways,
I need to read the book that was based on.
Legion is very good. I liked Legion maybe a little bit more than The Exorcist.
And because The Exorcist is a damn good book.
It is a good book. It's slow. That's my only problem with The Exorcist. It's bigger than the movie, and that made it a little bit slow for me. But that's okay. The book leaves the question of whether or not it's actual demonic possession. The movie left no question for you whatsoever. Well, I guess the book didn't leave any question either eventually, but still.
Yeah.
There was a lot more psychology involved.
Yes.
So, and then Rosanna Norton, who was an extremely talented and famous costume designer, passed away
did not hear about
this week. Yeah, she's the person who created all the suits for Tron.
Yeah.
Wow. You talking, if your imagination had a clitoris, she'd be the person flicking your bean when you were a little kid, like nobody's fucking business, making your imagination go ecstatic. Like, Tron was one of the most beautiful movies ever when I was little. Like, I still love it.
Yeah.
I don't want to see the new ones because even with today's special effects, they do not look as cool as the original Tron to me.
It's not going to hold up.
No,
Yeah.
like I don't care if it had a better story. I don't care if it's better special effects. Nothing is going to beat that old blacklight to me. Like, I just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
OG Tron, baby. OG.
OG. Fuck yeah.
Without Jared Leto.
Exactly.
Jared Leto is a what's the opposite of a special effect?
Nothing.
Mediocre turd.
There you go. That's Jared Leto right there in a nutshell.
Talentless actor. Oh, he won an Oscar. No, nobody gives a shit.
Nobody gives a shit. Did he win an Oscar?
I can double check on that. I think he did.
And if he did, that really calls the Academy's taste into question.
Or he tasted somebody on the Academy.
There you go.
Supporting actor for Dallas Buyers Club, 2014.
Never saw it.
Nope.
That was a Matthew McConaughey movie, if I remember right.
That would be why I didn't see it. Like, the only McConaughey movie I really like would be The Time to Kill and Tropic Thunder.
Contact.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Contact. I think that's the only movie that he was in that I liked.
I didn't like Contact. Like, it was cool until the end. I'm like, oh, all right, never mind.
I liked it.
The book is a lot better, but I'm also a big fan of Carl Sagan, so.
Yep. Same.
I don't know. I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4 when I was 17 or 18, and I hated it so fucking much. I'm like, dude, this guy sucks. He's not going anywhere. And clearly he didn't. And that Renee Zellweger bitch, she went nowheres. But it was still a horrible movie. Anyhow. Speaking of horrible, another death. NBC took the axe to a whole bunch of shows this week, but the only one that I figured anybody would really care about was Night Court.
I caught a couple of episodes of it, and it didn't have the same magic as the original, despite the inclusion of John Larroquette.
Was he just as filthy and piggish as he was back in the? See, then that's
no, yeah, I know. I watched like 3 episodes myself, and I'm like, this ain't for me.
They'd mellowed him out.
Yep.
You know, but considering it had been what 30 years since the original
Yeah.
had ended, so you would think he would change a little bit. And then they have had Roz on for a handful of episodes,
Yeah.
but I mean,
The fact he and
those
Roz didn't get married sucked. Like they should have been a thing.
no, they explained why.
Oh, really?
Uh,
She was too much for him.
no, she came out of the closet.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, no, Marsha Warfield is. I mean, she was
She
technically
was always,
closeted while they were making it, but people knew.
yeah.
But they actually let Ross, you know, have a happy ending. She did get wind up getting married
Oh,
on the show with Fielding giving her away.
Hmm.
that's cute.
But
That's
I read
cute.
a quote from her in an interview that they did, and I guess she and Laura Kett would just talk about the ghosts on the set.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
don't know. I don't
oh, you're
understand
talking
why
about
they
like Harry and Selma,
Harry, Selma,
Mac.
Charles Robinson, Mac, Marky Post.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right.
They're all gone.
Yeah, the only people that are left are Roz, Dan, and Bull now, isn't it?
No, Bull died too.
Oh
He died
shit,
a
that's
few like
Yeah.
right.
a couple years ago.
Yeah. Like 2-3 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Because I thought he had died a long time before that too. My bad.
I think when we first talked about or the last time we talked about the house movie, we were like, oh yeah, he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it
That was
freaked
only
me
like a
out.
year and a half ago, Kevin, when we did the house movie redux.
I smoke weed. I forget shit. I don't know.
But I,
No.
I don't know. I can see why it didn't work. The other kind of legacy sequel show that NBC tried didn't last more than 2 seasons, and that was Quantum Leap.
Well, and then they just killed Suits LA right now. And it
Yeah,
hasn't
that
even
only
got one
lasted what, a
season on the
year?
Peacock Network. Yeah. Well, Amy and I didn't even know the show was even out. We're in the middle of watching the original Suits right now anyway. We're on season 6, Mike's in prison. And I just heard about this the other day, and she and I were like, wait, we knew the show was shooting when we were just out there like a couple months ago. And I'm like, yeah, well, I guess it's been airing, and the viewership numbers are terrible. So
Yeah,
it's
maybe
not
people
coming
don't
back,
want to
but they're going to
see.
finish airing episodes.
Maybe people don't want to see Stephen Amell as a lawyer, and they'd prefer him with a bow and arrow.
Yeah. Or a wrestler.
Or in the, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, or as a wrestler.
I thought he was going to have a match at WrestleMania. What the hell?
No, he's too busy still acting, so that would not be allowed for contracts. No
No, God.
physicality, because you get hurt, then you put a crimp on production. So
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They got
that
insurance for
happened to
that.
The Rock. He came back for a little stunt show. He cracked a rib and it delayed the Hercules movie he was doing. That was not good. They had to hold
Oh,
off for 2 months for that fucking movie because of that.
no shit. Is that why the movie got like piss poor fucking marketing and all that?
No, I think they already had that in mind anyway.
I didn't even know about this.
I have it. I just haven't seen it.
Huh.
Like I like The Rock, so I bought it.
I
But
don't.
the Hercules movie
movie
that
my
came
mom
out
would
just
watch.
before that wasn't all that good. So I was like, yeah. Anyway.
Well, the long night court. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Yeah, it sucks because Night Court outside of MST and The Muppet Show is my favorite TV show. Like, I'm just never unhappy when I'm watching it. So the fact that they tried bringing it back, that was something special to me. The fact that they didn't bring it back well just kind of made me sad. So, but
Well-
I can't be too sad about its passing.
What was kind of neat, I haven't seen any of these episodes, but they did have Bob and June Wheeler back on this season. They got Brent Spiner back.
Yeah.
So here's something, an article I read in an interview with Brent Spiner, because you know that they had bought the newsstand at the courthouse back in the day.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. But the reason why they never showed up again after that was because Next Generation made it big. and
Oh.
Spiner was under contract to be Data.
Bummer. So he couldn't do both.
He couldn't do both.
That's
That's
So-
too bad.
because he was really funny.
Oh, he was hysterical.
Who was the character? I don't remember what season it was. That had torticitis, and he had to slowly hand Harry a card.
Oh yeah, and then Dan, because he's like trying to hook up with some chick, he like reads through the whole thing rapid fire.
That was
Dear
the lady
God,
that
man,
peaks
the
at midnight.
gavel.
The lady that peaks at midnight.
Yeah.
And then she like goes, "Sorry, I need somebody who can take his time." And she goes off with the guy with tortoisitis. Oh God. Or when they
Love
would
that
have
show.
John Aston on as Harry's father.
Yeah.
buddy.
Buddy,
But
I'm feeling much better now.
now.
See, that's something that they should have done, was have, because John Aston is still around.
Yes.
You know, they could have had him on as, Abby
Grandpa.
Stone's grandfather.
And the fact
I
that
don't
they
know why they
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah, that's to me that's dumb. Either he didn't want to or he couldn't, but it could have made some small reference to Buddy. They had Marky Post's ghost. I don't remember who it was
Yeah.
that played Christine's ghost, but we just talked about her on some ZPR, I think.
I think so. I don't remember which one though.
I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah.
like you said, it sucks that the show is getting the axe, but it wasn't that good.
No. And NBC, like a lot of the stuff that they cut were Peacock exclusives, so you can't be
Yeah.
too upset because I mean that's just kind of what happens on streaming.
Mhm.
It sucks, but that's just what happens on streaming. So, but moving along, this is not entertainment necessarily, but just a death that I thought might shock people and move people, and I thought it was important to talk about. Like, don't go to other cultures, don't go to other places and misbehave, especially if you're an American. Because, of course, this only happens when an American is involved. A tourist was horrifically impaled.
Horrifically.
Yeah, it's disgusting, but it gives you an erection, so it's horrific.
Can't have that without a horn.
Oh God.
Dude impaled himself while trying to take a selfie near the top of the Coliseum. Fell.
Oh my God, moron.
So Darwin Award.
Yep. And because it's the new millennium and it's the internet, I got a picture of it. I couldn't help it.
I regret
I can
nothing.
hear the eagle scream.
I regret nothing.
I think they missed the haystack on this one.
Oh my God.
Somebody somewhere had to have heard the phrase "hold my beer."
Hold my beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like seriously, don't go. Americans don't go to foreign countries in general and like mess around with their artifacts and their monuments. It's fucking rude and tacky. You're giving us a bad fucking name. You're making yourself look like a fucking asshole. You're gonna get beat up in their fucking country, and you're destroying shit that's older than our culture. So stop.
My in-laws just got back from France recently. They actually went to go see Notre Dame Cathedral.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
And okay, a bunch of boomers going off on a cruise because they still have money, but nobody did anything stupid.
What?
Nobody did a damn thing stupid. My father-in-law came back just with a lot of really just pleasant stories. None of this. You got to hear this shit.
And then I was like, fuck that guy, and I hit him.
And I won.
The only
And
fun
then
that shit was the
Then I peed in the Venice
Bone?
Canal.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the Mini Coopers going down the
Oh, yeah.
side streets. That was the fuck this shit.
Yep. The fuck this shit was when they went to Rome. Mini Coopers going down really narrow alleys,
Fast.
and you're not sure if the car can actually fit through it, even though it's a Mini Cooper. And my father-in-law like, nope, I'm done.
He noped out.
Oh my god.
My mother too.
So it wasn't anybody doing something stupid. It's just they were driving with Italian cabbies.
And for your safety, please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Thank you.
And
You know, if
return
you
your
want to live
tray.
dangerously, you can stick your head out the window, though.
Need to shave. Oh man.
Too much off the top there.
All right. So that's all the death I had for you guys this week. Sorry, that took like a half hour out of the show. But so we got the hero stuff to get up to now. And the first hero that we're going to be congratulating, we're just going to say it. She's made the news quite a few times in the last week. 2 weeks ago, Katy Perry went into space for 11 minutes.
What?
And
She went back home?
Yeah, she became an astronaut.
I went back home.
Now, mind you, it takes longer than 11 minutes to get from Brooklyn to New Jersey. So, but that's about how long she was gone. She was gone for 11 minutes and she became an astronaut. So, within the next 2 weeks, she blew out a candle and decided that she was going to become a firefighter.
Yeah, I heard about
Oh
this.
my god.
Yep. So we say congratulations to you and we thank you for your service.
Nobody blows like you do, lady.
We thank you
For your service to the 9 dudes who actually took you up there.
Jesus. Anyway. All right. So the Thunderbolts had an amazing weekend last week. It made $72 million. That's really not that. That's not that much, but it's not that bad neither. It did not make as much as Captain America did its first weekend, I don't think. I don't know about that one. It's on there.
Captain America did a little bit better.
Yeah. But I think also people went and saw Captain America and went, oh, well, that sucked. Or that wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. And then that passed along to this. I don't know. But I think general word of mouth is getting around that this isn't that bad. Like people are saying Thunderbolts is actually okay. My issue with Thunderbolts is not 3 days after the movie was released. So by Sunday, Saturday night or Sunday, something that we knew that was happening in the movie was released publicly by Disney. Now, the asterisk in Thunderbolts has been a thing for the last year or so. Like about a year ago, they're like, oh, we're changing the name of the Thunderbolts to Thunderbolts asterisk. And so nobody really knew why. Well, we knew fucking why, because it wasn't the Thunderbolts. There wasn't a single fucking person on this team that was a Thunderbolt.
Wasn't even the original concept.
Yeah. And so they said they spoiled the movie. So if you guys haven't seen it, I apologize. We're going to spoil it because Disney already spoiled it. That's their new marketing ploy. Go see it before we spoil it for you. They changed the name on all the posters from Thunderbolts, tearing it away, to New Avengers.
Again, not the same concept.
Also correct. Only one of these people was a new Avenger. Oh, yes. And on the fourth day, the mouse rested and forsook the marketing for the movie that they're actually supposed to be marketing and had Stitch take it over.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So that big, beautiful mural there now has Stitch on it instead of the Thunderbolts, which should be going into its second weekend. So you still want that marketing campaign. You still want people to know that Thunderbolts is in the theaters or New Avengers is in the theaters. So but what Disney's plan is they're going to have two Avengers teams. This Thunderbolts team, which is now New Avengers, and Sam Wilson's trademarked Captain America's Avengers. So it's basically going to be Avengers and Avengers West Coast.
No, it sounds more like Avengers and the Great Lakes Avengers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait, there's actually a Great
There
Lakes.
was there was Great Lakes Avengers, and they were all fucking misfits.
Yeah.
Oh.
They were complete fuck ups.
It
All
was
right. Duly noted.
The only guy from that team I can remember is this dude called Mr. Immortal, who gets killed and comes back all the time.
he was on She-Hulk.
Oh God. Oh yeah, that's right.
Not even a cool idea on that, like this DC character called Resurrection Man, who whatever killed him, he would come back with that as a power.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
No, I mean that I liked Resurrection Man. I wish they did more with him. I know there's like a Black Label comic series with him right now, which it's out of continuity. But at least they're doing something with him again. But no, the from what I've read, and then also with who they've got on this new Avengers, it just reminds me of the Great Lakes team.
Kind of, yes. And I say that in the sense of agreeing with you in the sense that these guys are all misfits. This is not, they're branding it as not heroes, not super, not a team. It's like, but they do have superpowers and they are heroes. They're mostly sidekicks, but hey, whatever. There's really only one villain on the team, and that's Red Guardian.
Yeah. Unless you count, Sentry and the Void.
The Void, yeah, maybe, but I don't think Sentry.
Sentry's just a stupid idea for a character, really.
He always was. They needed a gimmick to sell him.
Yeah, that's why they went on that interview with Wizard Comics. Like, oh, we discovered this character that Jack Kirby and Stan Lee created years and years and years ago, and only appeared a few times.
Yeah, and now we're going to release his own series.
Yeah.
We're going to get you.
That was fucking Joe Quesada.
If that would have happened today, someone in California would have fucking sued them and won.
Yeah.
Probably.
You lied to me, bitch.
Straight to court with you. Night court.
Yes. We got to go to Judge Abby Stone's court. Not Harry Stone. Go to Abby's.
That's still one of my favorite theme songs. Like any TV show theme song, Night Court is like the shiznit.
Oh, that sax riff, man.
Love and marriage.
Yeah, I mean,
but that was a Sinatra tune beforehand.
I know.
You know what else was a good one was the Roseanne theme song. That was a banger too. Not so much Roseanne herself, but the theme song. I like blues.
Okay, yeah. I'll give it that.
The blues saxophone was cool.
Yes, it is.
So, anyway, I digress an awful lot off of there. Let's get back to the marketing thing. So this is pretty cool, but the people down the street, and by the street I mean up the I-5, said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah, this was fantastic, dude.
This was great.
That was so awesome.
Warner Brothers released a couple promos for Final Destination that had dummies dead on the side of the billboard.
When I saw this, I'm like, wait, this can't be real. It's real. Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
Yep, and it's actually dummies pasted up there. And if you look closely, the blood splatter on the guy that's fallen is actually blue because they didn't want people calling going, "Oh my God, there's someone up there dead." Because someone always fucking does during Halloween season.
Yep.
They see a decoration. Someone's dead. Are you sure? No, but I'm getting the call. I'm important. Anyway, so this was pretty cool. But then someone was like, "If you think that's cool, hold my beer." And decided, you know what? we're just gonna fuck with everybody. We're gonna fuck with everybody that's ever driven on the Pacific Northwest. We're gonna drive everywhere, fuck with everybody on the fucking Upper East Coast.
Anybody who's
Fantastic. I
driven up
love this one.
fucking 880.
Yeah, like how terrifying is this? That's just horrible. But I
Yeah,
love it.
but you'll remember it.
Yeah, because even if you haven't seen Final Destination 2, you will remember this. It will
Yes.
give you a little bit of phobia for being behind a log truck. Now, if you have seen Final Destination 2, this is going to trigger you.
As the saying goes, pants to be darkened.
Pants to be darkened. Make sure there's no water bottles in the front seat of your car.
No.
Oh, all right. So anyway, back to the Marvel noise. Thunderbolts did so well, or Disney and Marvel are so pleased with Thunderbolts that they are now eyeing the director to be the possibly the director for the new X-Men movie. Now, here's my thought about that, because people are going to immediately be like, well, what about the Russo brothers? Well, the Russo brothers are doing Doomsday, the other Avengers movies. Okay, well, why are they doing that? Especially after they just had so many colossal flops after Endgame. Like, they have not done anything that was like critiqued well since Endgame. Like, Electric State was expensive, but supposedly just absolute horrid shit. And I think I have an idea as to why Endgame was so good, why Infinity War was so good. But then once they left Marvel, nothing impressive happened. I think it's because the Russos aren't so much great directors. Kind of like, this guy may not be a great director, but maybe they're just willing to work with the studio so well that they're like, oh, okay, this guy can get the shit done and do what we wanted to do. Like, backtrack several fucking times and reshoots. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Like, either he's that good of a director that they're like, you know what, he's got vision. Let's give him another shot. Like Warner Brothers did with James Gunn, or he was just pliable enough that they said, no, we want you to change this, and he did it. No, we want you to change that, and he did it, and still made a cohesive movie. Unlike Brave New World.
So exciting.
Soapbox.
I don't know, man. That's the whole big shift. Like, once we're done with Secret Wars, the idea is it's going to launch the X-Men as the brand new start for everything. They're just going to move away for a bit and just do X-Men movies for 10 years.
As long as they're not as bad as the Fox films, like just completely changing the mutants, I'm kind of okay with that. Like, I like the mutants. I like the 90s mutants, the 80s and 90s mutants. Not so much anything after that, but X-Men was my jam long before Avengers was.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we have to, like you said, we have to finish getting through the multiverse crap. And of course, coming up with
shit.
Yep, it's time. I'm sorry. Coming up with the multiverse crap. As my friend Megan through the MCU portal says, I don't know what day she's on. Last I saw earlier this week was 11, maybe 17, of promoting Ironheart because Marvel won't do it. And she's right. Marvel is not promoting Ironheart at all. No pictures, no commercials. And I bring up MCU portal specifically because, like, Marvel does not deserve them at all. Like, they do such great reporting and put such positive spins on things that they love that Marvel are doing, and Marvel's only doing it kind of half-ass. And so at this point, Megan's doing all their marketing for them amongst the fan base.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're doing nice things in return for MCU portal. They've put quotes of hers from her reviews on comic books or in magazines, and that's really fucking awesome because I think their opinion matters. But I have no fucking desire to see Ironheart. I didn't like the comic book. I didn't want to get involved with it. I didn't see Wakanda Forever, so I don't necessarily care. I mean, I eventually will see it, but it's still not gonna. I'm not seeing it for Ironheart. I'm more than likely gonna watch it for Namor and Shuri. But Dominic Thorne, who is playing Riri Williams or Ironheart in the series, was excited that she was able to give a little bit of news coming out about the show because they're contracted not to say anything. And she was able to say that Robert Downey Jr. gave her his blessing to her to be wearing an iron suit. He said he even gave it 2 big thumbs up. And so she's just really satisfied that she's not going to embarrass Iron Man. And I couldn't help to think to myself, did he really give you his blessing, or does he just not care that much? Like it could be either. Maybe he really likes it. Maybe he really does. Maybe he thinks it's cool. Or he just kind of like, yeah, I don't do that anymore. I don't care. I'm retired from Tony Stark. I'm Victor Von Doom now. You're all going to die.
Well, the rumors are he's going to be playing variants of Tony Stark and Doctor Doom
Oh,
in Doomsday.
God.
My guess is that Franklin Richards is going to merge them all back into Tony Stark. And that's how we're going to get Tony back.
Because death in comics, unless you're Uncle Ben, doesn't stick.
Yep. Bucky came back. Gwen came back.
Barry Allen came back. Jason Todd came back.
Yeah. Yep.
Although, in the new Ultimate Spider-Man, Ben is alive, but May is dead.
What a twist!
Yeah, he Ben's alive. He had been working at the Daily Bugle and is best friends with J. Jonah Jameson.
All right then.
It's an interesting concept. Nobody's done it before.
No. So I mean, we'll give them that. I don't know. They brought Richard and Mary Parker back. I think they were robots, but
they were robots.
Yeah.
And then they did bring back Thomas Wayne, but it was like an alternate Thomas Wayne who had become Batman.
Yeah, that one was kind of cool, though.
The Flashpoint. Oh, dude, he was fucking brutal.
Yeah, he was. And then the Joker being Martha Wayne was fucking...
Well, I mean,
that was uncomfortable.
Watching your son get gunned down in front of you had to have caused a psychotic break.
Yeah, and it caused it on both of them. She just went the wrong direction.
Yep.
Oh, but anyhow, and then speaking of Ironheart, here is a closer look at the Hood. And I forgot that the Hood was in this show. Like, he is the antagonist of this show. And I'm kind of like, why?
I don't even know this character, let alone anything else.
Don't either. And I honestly, legit just thought, what is he cosplaying as Doctor Strange?
Yes. He is just a street thug that found a magical cloak that Mephisto gave powers to.
Oh,
and
God.
Now he has demonic powers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
As
Mephisto.
As long as he's wearing this cloak. And I'm just kind of like, okay. Cheap, but okay. And his costume's cheap as fuck, too. It's just that red cloak. A suit and red cloak.
That doesn't even look impressive. The cloak, I mean.
No, not really.
Like a leather cloak you could get off of Amazon.
And that looks nicer than it does in the comics.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I've only seen him on the Marvel Puzzle Quest game. That's how I know who the Hood is. Like, he came after I quit reading. And I don't know if he was like a Doctor Strange or a... What?
Fucking Mike.
Shit, I wish that motherfucker looked like me. I wish I had hair like that.
I think he's talking about the guy next to him.
Oh.
Yeah, with the Starbucks coffee.
I like him too. He's a
He's a
sexy
barista.
kid. He needs a fuller beard. So, yeah, I don't know if he was a Spider-Man villain or whoever the fuck else, but that having been said, I don't know why Ironheart is fighting a supernatural being. So you've got science versus supernatural. Even when Iron Man was fighting the Mandarin, that was still a science for science.
Oh.
It wasn't supernatural. So I don't know how they're going to go with that. It's convoluted.
That's putting it mildly.
Now let's keep that word in mind, because Bob Iger is not using that word. Bob Iger came out and said this week that with the success that Thunderbolts just did, this is going to be the first and best example of what Marvel's going to be putting out going forward again.
Oh yeah, the whole quality versus quantity thing.
Yeah, now let's take a step back 3 or 4 years when they were talking about Phase 4 coming out, and they were just going to flood the market with all sorts of shit, and that it was all going to be connected. Now they're saying they made a mistake with that by putting out too much stuff. No. That's not the problem. That was not the problem at all. You didn't put out too much stuff. You put out too much shit.
Yep.
There is a difference between stuff and shit. Stuff is things that can collect. You have so much of it, but it's worth something to you. Shit isn't worth nothing. It takes up more space than stuff, and it ain't worth nothing.
Scrape it off your shoe.
Yeah, and it's annoying to have around. Half of Phase 4 was shit. Don't make content, make stories, make fun, make adventure.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe get back to that. But you got to get through everything that you've been sitting on in a can for the last 4 years. You know, Daredevil, Agatha, Ironheart, and finally we're getting towards the end. Captain America.
At least Agatha was good.
Yeah, I didn't mind Agatha at all. That kept me entertained. But Agatha was
that was the only of the newer Marvel content that I have enjoyed since Endgame.
Sure.
Not counting the Spider-Man films.
There's been a couple things I've liked, but they've been sporadic, and it's like Shang-Chi was really good. I felt I really think that Phase 4 should have stuck in that direction or that vibe. Werewolf by Night was extremely good. That had nothing to do with anything else.
That's probably why it was so good. It did its own thing.
And they were supposed to be tying all sorts of different things together, but it never came together. And that was the problem. And that's where Agatha kind of fell on its face, where you're just kind of like, well, what was supposed to happen at the end? Well, they were supposed to meet up with Kang. That was going to lead into Quantum Ant-Man and the Quantumania or whatever it was. But they had to restructure everything. So they're going in blind on everything between phases 4 and 5. They're just trying to make shit up along as they go and then say it was a plan all along. And it just sucks. I'm sorry, Bob, but you guys just put out content instead of quality. No, that's just what happens.
Thunderbolt.
WandaVision was really good. I liked that. I won't say anything bad against that.
I can see that.
Even with Thunderbolts being good or okay, we know Fantastic Four is coming next. Fantastic Four is where I'm kind of like, is this going to be good or not? Like,
I have such low expectations.
I didn't care with Thunderbolts. I actually care with Fantastic Four. I don't own a single Thunderbolt comic book. I own several Fantastic Four.
I went out of my way to pick up the issue where Ben and Alicia finally tie the knot.
Yeah, right?
And I was very glad that they got to actually get married and not have that get blown up in their faces. Even with Doom showing up.
Like Johnny and Elijah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I don't know how well Fantastic Four is going to do, but I will say it looks good. I don't know if it will be good, but it looks good. One thing we did just find out, though, is that with less than just a couple months left to go, it releases July 20th, I think. The weekend.
Somewhere in there.
Yep.
The week after Superman, I think, or 2 weeks
Yeah.
after, one of the two.
Two.
So they're already doing reshoots for it, or they're still doing reshoots for it.
And they announced the voice actor for Herbie.
Yeah, they did.
General Grievous.
Yeah, Roger, General Grievous and Roger, basically. The not protocol droid, the battle droids. Roger.
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 So now, if that's how Herbie's gonna sound, then might not be as bad. Just for the laugh factor, especially if they did have Herbie come over to the mainstream MCU somehow. Cap shows up and he goes, Rogers.
That would be cool. I would also love it if like he just came out like an iron lung. I'm not a robot. It was a cigar.
How'd that go again?
It's a cigar.
Levi would be very proud of you right now.
Yes, Levi would.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway.
Yeah, I've got low expectations.
The stand-up card up, it looks cool, but I have to ask, why is everyone pushed to the side? Like, is there something like blowing them away? Is it a Galactus fart? Is everyone just
or maybe it was a thing fart. I mean, maybe that was another effect of the cosmic rays, that he just has the most acidic, noxious gas you could imagine.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it rattles the rock on his butt.
God damn.
That was pretty funny.
I don't know. I hope this is good. I know they were doing reshoots for Captain America like 4 weeks prior to the release, and they're probably going to be doing reshoots for this.
They are.
Well,
right
no,
now.
I mean up into the release, like they were doing with Captain America, and that makes me sad.
It does not engender a lot of confidence.
No.
Considering the movie was supposed to be shot and done months ago, and the special effects were locked in over a year and a half ago.
Yep.
So I don't know. Now we're going to get more special effects that probably just look like shit, and they're all going to involve
like
female.
Yeah. Who looks like a goddamn hood ornament from like the 30s on a Rolls-Royce Phantom.
The shitty chrome.
Yep. Not Silver Surfer, it's from her.
I love Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke, where he's driving a fucking bug, a VW Beetle. he's got that grill on the front of it.
Oh my god.
Now that's quality content.
Fucking A, man.
That's true.
So, but yeah, superheroes. I love the superhero genre. Everybody knows that. These are some of my favorite superheroes, and I hope they can keep the vein of the movie. I hope they do. But like Chad says, I'm not holding out hope. No.
Yeah.
But hope for another hero. Congratulations on promotion. After having just watched an episode of Cops, Katy Perry has become a police officer as well this week. Yep. Multi-purposed.
She blows.
All right. So here's something fun. This is a picture, an actually hand-painted picture of Herbie and the rest of the family, the Richards family. Nice. Why is this important? Because all we've seen so far from the Fantastic Four and Marvel is AI art. So art commissioned from an actual artist. Bravo, you fuckers. You finally did it. You did something decent. Anyway.
Did something decent, did something right. And from what I've seen of the work, Dude's good.
Yeah, it looks really, really pretty. I like that.
Yeah.
The Herbie painting's just amazing. And then, like Chad said, there's the voice of Herbie being General Grievous and Roger. I don't know why they call him battle droids. Roger.
Roger, Roger.
Roger, Roger.
It's just so much more fun to say. And then Charlie Cox came out and said that his least favorite episode of Born Again was episode 5. And that was the courtroom scene where they had the hostage situation with Yusef Khan. And I'm like, huh, that's funny because that's exactly what we said too. That was our least favorite episode. You had 8 episodes and you decided to put filler right in the middle of it that no one needed or wanted. And it was the exact same thing that Charlie said. Like, we were filming all these scenes and this was in the original cut. So this was before they added in anything else. This was their original storyline. They were going to have a commercial for Miss Marvel in the middle of the season.
Oh, God.
So it was always meant to be there. And he said it just didn't ever feel right. And he didn't like it. I don't blame him. It was dumb. It wasn't bad, but it was dumb because after the ending of episode 4, where he's putting the costume back on and practicing up on the rooftops, and then you go into another fucking flashback episode where it's got nothing to do with anything and he's not in the costume again. Lame. Anyway, but Vincent D'Onofrio did say that if season 2 is well received, they do have plans already for season 3. Nothing is pinned out necessarily other than a roadmap for what they want to do. But they are looking forward to it. There is the possibility that season 2 will be the last, but I'm hoping and thinking that season 3 will also be a thing. All we know is that we're going to see a lot more Bullseye in season 2. And I think a lot more blood in general.
You would hope.
Yeah. So, but speaking of CEOs and corporations and all that nastiness and whatnot, brand new to the Papa John's CEO franchise is Katy Perry, after having used the N-word and becoming educated enough to use or be the new CEO for Papa John's.
Boy,
Way to use an. You know what it was? Is she knew to use an R at the end of that word instead of an A. She knew the dignified difference between A and R, and she was like, you know what? Hard R. And they were like, bravo. Get her an apron. That's
Make me a sandwich, woman.
That's Papa John's passion. Oh, and scary news. They're rewriting Clayface.
Yeah, I
Which
saw
is
about
insane.
this.
Yeah.
Which is what?
This is insane. Like, Mick Flanagan had a final script. They were going to go with him directing his own damn script. The fact that they're rewriting from page 1, a complete rewrite. What the fuck are they doing over there?
Yeah, and then this comes a week after we say that Sergeant Rock has been postponed indefinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't gonna fucking shoot that movie either.
No, they're not.
They're not going to shoot Sergeant Rock. I didn't think they were ever going to because of the Penguin.
Yeah.
And I still think that's going to end up being the case. But I don't foresee Sergeant Rock ever happening, at least not with him. And now I'm kind of like, ooh, what's going to happen with this? Like, did they just get into a fight with Flanagan and they're just like, fuck this guy, we're not paying him, we're not buying his script?
Maybe.
No, he's actually busy. He's occupied otherwise.
Or no, he's doing the new Exorcist, and well, he's doing 2 other things. He's doing Exorcist and something else. I can't remember what the something else is, but it was
There's
big.
that other TV show he's working on. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was for, though.
I know it was a big one.
Yeah.
But
Somebody would be proud. You just used that word, buddy.
Biggins. Anyway.
No, yeah, he's actually busy, and so they're like, well, we can't. We want to do this movie. It's a really good script. Okay, we're just going to move forward. Well, no.
I don't
James
know.
Gunn and his ego is getting in the way a little bit nowadays.
I hope that's not the case.
I would hope not, but I think it's starting to impede because they're marketing the Superman movie as James Gunn's Superman instead of
Yep.
Superman Legacy. It's James Gunn this, James Gunn that. Let's animate James Gunn for Creature Commandos intro. Hey, let's make sure that we actually show more James Gunn and how everybody loves James Gunn. It's Superman. Lead with Superman. They can't market worth shit. Just saying.
I'm not sure if I agree with you or not. Like I do, but at the same time, I'm kind of like they're trying to market to people like they're trying to market him like Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula.
Yeah.
That was Bram Stoker's Dracula, or I'm sorry, they initially wanted to call it Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, but they called it Bram Stoker's. Like he really wanted that push to have it be his name, and it's kind of like, do we need that though? Do we?
No.
I don't know. They're trying to make him out to be prolific, and I think he is in a very good way.
He is a good director. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're putting him front and center for the marketing of the movie, and he really shouldn't be.
I agree with you on that. But the having him be in Creature Commandos was, I think, an extra joke that was pawned off from Harley Quinn, where they were making some movie and Clayface wanted to be in it, and James Gunn didn't want him to be in it. So he decides to hire Clayface to be his chair. Because
that's right.
Clayface can turn into the world's most comfortable chair. He could find out where all the like support system needs to be, just like harden up here, soften there. And that was really funny. But having him be in Superman or having it be called James Gunn's Superman, I don't know. Like they don't have Richard Donner's Superman.
Nope.
They had Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, and look how that turned out.
Yeah.
Wait for all the nerds to get upset and start writing in.
Go
outside, nerd.
Go touch some grass.
Zack Snyder's the greatest director ever made, and there we go. No, he's not. Have you all seen Rebel fucking Moon and Army of the Dead? It fucking sucked. Come on. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Nah. But you know what I am looking forward to? James Gunn Peacemaker season 2. I finally got to watch season 1, and it's fucking hysterical. It's so naughty.
I liked it. I wouldn't say it was great, but I got a kick out of it.
It was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, and yeah.
I liked the Team X, Amanda Waller's team. I liked them from the Suicide Squad. So like seeing them continue on to the new DCU, I'm actually really pleased with.
For me, it was all about Vigilante.
Vigilante was pretty goddamn awesome.
Oh, he was great.
Where they're cutting his toe off.
Oh my God.
And Cena going, "Oh, that suits me just fine, motherfucker. Do it some more." Yeah.
Oh.
Like I love Cena as an actor, like as an entertainer. I don't want to say as an actor because like real actors get offended. He is very similar to The Rock, but in a way funnier because he could make fun of himself.
Yeah.
Like Rock doesn't like to make fun of himself as much. He can, but he needs to look cool the entire time. Cena doesn't. Cena can emasculate himself.
Yeah, Cena seems to have a sense of humor.
Yeah. and he knows
Yeah.
he's going to get over doing that more so than if he was the manly man, rugged and shit like that. So I say good for John in this one, and I'm glad that he's getting to stick with Peacemaker.
Just one more season anyway. What happens beyond that? We'll have to wait and see, though.
Yeah, well, that we'll see how fucking the DCU's first roadmap works out. See if it all gets completed first before he gets the third. All right, and then what else? Oh, James Gunn's Funko Pops. I can't
Interesting.
explain.
The crypto is cute.
The crypto is
Crypto's
cute.
gonna make all the money.
Yes, crypto is going to be just as central, probably more centralized to their marketing than James Gunn's going to be. Like, there's going to be a plush for this, there's going to be a toy for that. Video game, I'm sure they've already got a Super Pets video game. I got it for my kids. But I don't know. They don't look so bad. I like the Lex Luthor and I like the Supergirl. I don't know why. Like Supergirl, I like her hair. It's just it's painted neat. That sounds so strange, I know, and I apologize, but I don't know. But they are kind of spoiling that she's going to be in the movie. So I guess she's going to end up having a cameo just before her own picture too.
Well,
Yep,
they are
they're
in
still
production
shooting
on
that. Well,
It just finished principal photography today, I think. Today or
I
yesterday.
didn't get that.
Yeah, because I saw a picture of her sitting in, like, on set with a graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it said doing research.
Yeah. And she's, I think, going to be a perfect actress for Kara. And I'm excited to see that. Anyway. All right. Let's get in a little bit grittier news. Rina Sawayama is going to be returning as Kane's niece in the spinoff of John Wick 4. And I am so down for this. If she wasn't going to be in the Kane movie, I don't think a Kane movie would have been necessary. Like, she needs to be the antagonist or one of...
Well, that was the end credits scene.
Yeah, where she's hunting Kane.
Yeah.
But, you know, a movie's got to be they're going to end up fighting, but there's going to be someone else within the high table or the council that they're going to have to stop fighting each other and start fighting against. That's the way team-ups work. And then she's got to, like, learn to forgive him and shit, and he'll end up sacrificing himself because it can't be a sequel.
Or she puts a bullet in his head and ends it at the very end. That'd be an interesting twist.
It's only 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm pretty interested. I'm really happy to see her back too, and I'm a Wick fan. I'm a Wick fan. I'm a Wick nut. So I'm all on board for Kane. I'm all on board for having her come back and Donnie directing this. So it's going to be the action's going to be awesome. The big question will be: is this going to be a 2-hour movie or is this going to be a 4-hour slog? Please don't go for the 4-hour slog. That was tough enough with John Wick 4. And I like the movie, but man, that is a long movie.
I don't know, man. That fight scene with him and Kane going up the hill, fighting
That was rad, man.
to paint it black. Oh my God, I could watch that again and again and again. It's dope.
Good shit.
Yeah, like that was worth my price of admission. The dogs were in part 3, weren't they? Halle Berry and the dogs.
I think so.
Yeah. I was going to say that I could have done with that, but that wasn't part 3. That wasn't part 4. That was part 3.
But they were good dogs.
They were. All the dogs were good dogs in that movie or in that franchise. I don't think there was a single bad dog.
Nope.
So, but speaking of John Wick, part 5 has been announced will be its brand new story. It's going to be a brand new saga, more or less. It's not going to have anything to do with the high table chasing him, needing to get his penance for whatever. He is free. He's doing his own thing, and there's going to be a new problem coming his way. Sorry, I'm trying to battle a hiccup coming. So I am really excited about that. I'm not sure how much further they could have taken a fight between him and the council before you're just kind of like, can we just kill these fuckers now? Like, where are
Yeah,
they?
take them all out finally. Yeah.
Because here's the problem. You get escalating villains in how terrible and vile they are from like part 1 to 3 to 4. You get really escalating villains. And by the time you get to part 4, like Pennywise was so twisted and evil that I don't think anybody could have been scarier or more twisted than him, even from the High Council. So I think that should have been just as far as I needed to go with that. And then let's open up something different. There could be a whole like list of possibilities of people he can kill, or the people that would want to kill him.
Yep. They just won't be driven by revenge and this, that, and the other. I'm open to it. We'll have to wait and see, though.
Yeah. So, and I'm overdue to watch the John Wick movies again anyway. That'll end up happening next month, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably same here too.
I love 3 and 4 so much. 1, 3, and 4. Like 2's good, but 1, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
2 had Ruby Rose in it, and she killed the movie for me. I just didn't like her in it.
Yeah, well, her fight with John was kind of lame anyway, so.
No, the fight with the 2 other guys. No, I'm sorry, that was part 3 also.
Yeah, that was part 3.
Much better movie than 2.
It's
all blending together.
It is. All right.
Energy.
Let's get into some real news. All right.
Damn.
So, as we know, 3 weeks ago, J.D. Vance killed the Pope. And last week, they were convening. The conclave was convening to do the ritual of voting for a new pope. And I think it was Thursday, the white smoke came from the chimney, and they had announced a new pope. So
yes, Pope Skeletor.
Yes, Keldor is now Pope Skeletor the First, whose first ordination was titties.
Release the home.
Speaking of blasphemy, David Spade was approached by studios to do a sequel to Tommy Boy that did not feature Chris Farley. The movie would have revolved around David and Chris's kids now needing to go on a road trip together, and he being on the phone to give them advice. He passed on it in his infinite wisdom. All I could think of is, that's the tackiest fucking thing I've read in a long goddamn time. Like,
yeah,
how dare you even fucking ask the man that? Like, make a movie without his brother. Like, that was if Jim Belushi. Shit, I don't even know why Blues Brothers 2000 happened without Jim Belushi, other than the money. But
that's it right there.
The money, and it was probably this wild hair Aykroyd got up his ass.
He wanted to get the band back together.
Yeah.
But I respect that. At least they had fun. There's without his brother in this, so without Chris, like I don't see him having as much fun. Like none of the villains would be returning. Maybe Rob Lowe, but for what? I don't know. That movie would have been really unnecessary.
Oh, I think so.
So, and then speaking of unnecessary, they are going to make 3 movie sequels, hopefully 3 movie sequels, and a TV series based on 10 Things I Hate About You.
Why?
Fucking with me.
This is beyond me. I like the movie, but it does not need more.
It was not a bad movie. I wouldn't go so far as to say as that I liked it. Like, my wife owns it. I do not. You can't see Heath Ledger in a movie and be like, well, that sucked. He's a phenomenal actor and he brings it in every movie. I'm not a Julia Stiles fan, but I like him. I have no desire to see this. It better be a reboot. Again,
Probably.
you can't have a movie without him. Like at this point, it would be 110 things I fucking hate about you, or 10,000 things I hate about you. They've been married a long time.
Time for the grandkids.
Wait, wasn't the movie originally based on Tammy the Shrew?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It was like,
Really?
I think that's what it was.
I think so.
And there were no shrews in this picture.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Well, yeah.
Moving along.
Not like I ever saw it.
I love this picture because this is a promotional ad from Paramount. They made it a promotional ad that was just basically a cheap-ass meme. And I love that because that's what a promotional ad should be. It should be cheap-ass. It should be gritty and pulpy.
It especially works for this.
Have Liam Neeson's junk up there.
I'll hang it out there, brother.
I love how it says, knows the law, not personally. But the neatest thing I wanted to share from this was not so much Frank Drebin Jr., but I wanted to show a picture of Pam. This is the first picture that they're releasing of Pam in the new reboot or the legacy sequel of The Naked Gun. And golly, I am not upset. She is just still a stunning, stunning fox. Silver fox now? I don't know, but whatever. You know what? That being said, I love her new resurgence that she's been having coming out.
Yes.
And the makeupless, and you've had people coming out of the woodwork and saying, what happened to her this? What about that? This guy, Sam Smith, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Comes out and starts like comparing her hair to Lord Farquaad. And it's basically, it's the Snow White haircut. And what most people
like a variation on Betty Page to me with the bangs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that too. But like Lord Farquaad was supposed to look like one of the Disney princesses. That was the joke. Yeah. So for all the little kids that grew up watching Shrek, but it wasn't old enough to see fucking any of the Disney movies prior to that, that's the joke. Yeah. But Pam had a great comment when this guy was going, what in the name of Lord Farquaad is she wearing on her head? Whoever gave her that haircut should go to jail. And she says, what's the difference between Sam Smith and my left tit? One is a ginormous tit, and the other one's just my left breast.
Right.
Go on, girl.
Go Pam.
Fuck that guy. I don't know who he is, but fuck that guy. Don't fucking body shame. Certainly not with your body, my man. Your tits look like mine.
Sure.
Hers are made to be perfect.
For like too many different directions.
But no, I really like the new Pam. The new Pam just seems like a more normal person, so much more approachable, more relatable.
Seriously.
Not the barbed wire ultra hot fox that we all remember. Like, oh, okay, this is real Pam.
Not the Baywatch caricature of herself she became.
Yeah, and that's really what she had to do was live a gimmick. And I want to say Anna Nicole Smith had to do the same thing. So,
well, I liked her turn on Home Improvement before she went off and became a success on Baywatch. So,
dude, she was awesome on Home Improvement. I don't care what anybody says.
pretty good, and they brought her back like a time or two every once in a while. So,
yeah. God, I can't remember what her name was. I don't remember what the other lady's name was when they brought her on, but yeah, the Tool Time announcer was always awesome.
Yeah.
Two Time Girls. Yeah.
All right. And what else do we got today? We have a new Silent Hill movie coming out, Return to Silent Hill, which is going to be
Yep.
quote unquote a faithful adaptation to Silent Hill 2.
Christopher Gans is directing this as well. He's the director of the first movie,
Oh, okay then. See,
which
I
I
never.
liked the first one.
I love the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jodelle Ferdinand is amazing. I love her in
Yes.
that flick. Excuse me. The blonde lady that plays the cop that went on to be in The Walking Dead, she was badass in it. I loved her.
Alice Krieg made a great unhinged villain.
Didn't she though?
Yes.
Oh my god. So yeah, I've never played any of the games. I think maybe I played the first one, the original of the first one.
I played the third one a little bit.
Played a little bit of the second one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it was the second one that you tried.
That's
Heard it
what
I've
from a
seen
friend of
someone
mine.
play the second one.
That's what it was. It was the second one that I played, and I got stuck in the school where you have to play music or whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
all right, moving along. Because I preferred Resident Evil where you could like blast and shoot shit. I didn't understand a monster game where I had to run away. I was like, fuck that, let's fight. But I know that part 2 is supposed to be the ultra famous of the Silent Hill games. Kind of like Resident Evil 2 is the big famous one. Like everyone loves Claire and Leon. But I can't help but to think someone at Konami was like, you know what? We just heard what they did with Until Dawn, and that's going to suck ass. And Until Dawn is getting horrible and negative reviews. So I'm thinking,
Yeah,
these
people
guys are
don't like it.
yeah, let's make a game or let's make a movie that's faithful to what all these people are asking for. Let's maybe give them what they fucking want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we have something so fucking good that everybody will want that. You never know.
Hey, I'm game. I'll be there day one. I'm going to see it.
I liked the first movie. The second one I could have done without, but
Yeah,
No,
the
I've
second
never
one was
seen-
kind of.
I've never seen the second one.
Okay.
I think I saw 5 minutes of it and they changed everything.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, none of that makes sense.
Hey, well, Sean Bean's also in the very first one too, so the Sean Bean
Yeah.
will keep in play. Although he wasn't the one that died.
No, he lived in
no.
the first one.
Yeah, he lives
Yep.
in the first one, but isn't he the one in the second one? Or
I
it's
never
supposed
saw it.
Yeah, he's in the second one.
I
I've
don't
seen
remember.
it one time.
It's his character, but I don't remember if it's him or not. And I want to say the little girl is still alive.
I thought they were
it's-
like, from what I read, I thought they were living under like aliases or something.
No.
I don't recall. It
Yeah.
was not good enough for me to finish at all, or even continue. Because, like I said, I only made it through like 5-10 minutes of it, and I'm like, this isn't the way it happened. Did they not read the script from the first movie?
Probably not.
Nope.
Sit and watch the first movie? Shit.
Nope.
You're asking them to do actual work, Kev.
You're trying to make sense of the senseless, brother.
Research? Fuck that.
Yeah, nobody does that shit around here.
What's continuity?
What's a script?
Go outside, nerd. Touch some grass.
Oh, God.
On a lighter note, like we said, they've released the title for the new King Kong or Godzilla X Kong, because it's not
Yep.
Godzilla Kong or versus Kong. Now it's Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah, they're being careful not to ever use like King Kong in there. So
Yeah, because that's Universal owns him. That's a completely different guy.
Yep.
So supernova, we already went over the champagne supernova in the sky. Do you know how you get kaiju? Point in case.
Oh God!
oh,
A raccoon in Florida was caught
clip
smoking
last night.
meth.
oh.
That's how you get kaiju, y'all. That's how you get kaiju. That motherfucker's gonna get raged. He's gonna go fucking like taking off a cop's head and go down to the ocean and start washing it like a fucking apple before he eats it.
You know, they took one pipe away and then it grabbed another one.
I got backups.
What a druggie.
I mean, this raccoon was ready to fight the cops, like just ready to throw down with the cops.
I'm reminded, this was like a few years ago. Somebody had been like feeding a squirrel a bunch of meth so it can be trained as a meth-powered attack squirrel. And the guy who had been doing all this named it D's Nuts.
D's Nuts?
I shit you
Marvelous.
not. Named the squirrel D's Nuts.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous.
So rewatch Cocaine Bear and Cocaine Werewolf and Crackoon, you know.
Crackoon. That's good. God, I liked Cocaine Bear. That was a funny one.
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear was amazing. Elizabeth Banks needs to make a sequel. I won't see it if she doesn't make
trying to
it.
make that happen, but
Yeah.
Didn't they do a Cocaine Shark?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's been a cocaine everything at this point, so I'm not sure what they're gonna do, what Elizabeth is gonna do next. But it is supposed to be another like based on a true story, which this movie was not at all.
Oh
like
God, no.
There was a bear that got the cocaine, but it died instantly.
Yeah, it like ate all the coke, overdosed, and its heart exploded.
They just said in this movie, but what if he didn't?
Yes.
Or what if she
what if he
didn't?
liked it too much? Yep.
Yeah. And kept going after more and more and more.
Murderous rampage, yeah.
I love absurd pictures, and Cocaine Bear was. I'm tickled pink that that was what's his name, Ray Liotta's last picture. Like he should have been proud of that one.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Kevin. Cocaine, Katy Perry.
You know, I'm just gonna say it.
Oh, dude.
Katy Perry would knock the fuck out of that bear. She watched a UFC match this week and decided that she is a UFC champion, and she would have fought the fuck out of that bear. Probably won too.
I'd put her in a UFC fight against Ronda Rousey and see how that went.
That would be dope.
Ronda would rip her arm like right off the socket within like 2 seconds.
Oh, Hot Rod would have fucking knocked her head off.
Yeah.
Speaking of another hot bear, Ted is getting another sequel. Unfortunately, it's animated. That's my why. A sequel to Ted? Great. I liked the first two. I've even heard the TV show is actually really much funnier than what it has any right to be. But an animated sequel just kind of seems like, why? Like the magic of Ted is that it's a teddy bear, a real teddy bear moving and talking on the camera. If it's not that, then yeah, you've got good jokes and all the actors are returning, but it's not the same.
No.
I don't know. I don't need them to be young and in their 30s and 40s anymore. It's Ted. It's Mark. They're Gen X. They could be in their 40s and 50s. Or in Amanda's case, 30s or 50s.
It's her meth habit.
What's that?
It's her meth habit.
Her meth habit.
Meth rabbit.
That's another good movie. Now, Skeeter sent this in. So the fact that he's not here tonight to talk about this, we should punish him, but we won't. There is going to be
a concert yet still.
What's that?
He's still trapped at a Hanson concert.
Oh God.
Oh God, again.
I got stuck in the porta potty at a Hanson concert.
And all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
He's stuck in the porta potty. I don't know the rest of the words. So anyway, Yeah, they have announced in the UK that there's going to be a reality show based on someone losing their virginity for the first time. And I'm like, wait, what? Losing their virginity for? Can they lose it a second? All right, whatever. So I don't know. Like, have we just run the fuck out of ideas for reality TV?
Yes.
Also starring Katy Perry.
And I can't help but to ask myself, a show about someone losing their virginity, like, how long is this episode going to be? I don't
30
think.
seconds.
Yeah, like really, like Robot Chicken was fantastic because it was only 15 minutes. This is going to be like a, one and done. Woo! All right. Thank you.
Pump chump.
Yeah, it'll be more about the setup, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
The foreplay.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Oh,
They've gone into the bedroom and now they're out. How do you feel?
On ESPN, the Ocho. That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
I want to see him coming out just being like, "Yeah, I'm a man." Have her come out like 2 seconds
no,
later.
he's
Like,
not.
he came when he put on the condom.
Yeah.
God, I'm horny.
I'm just gonna go take a shower, sit on the pillow. Anyway.
Tell me when a real man shows up.
Speaking of flicking
charged. That's all you hear for the rest of the show.
Seriously.
That'll be the post-credits theme song.
What does she need to use that for? Wasn't I enough? Wasn't 10 seconds of unbridled passion worth it?
Totally it was, but sometimes I'm so used to this that I can't get off without it. It's like so weird.
That took 8 seconds longer than it needed to.
Right. But we could get a belt buckle for staying on those 8 seconds.
Especially with nice big horns on it.
Oh man,
no, hanging the horns is something else.
Or the handlebars. Speaking, I have no segue to this one.
Gollum will officially return to the big screen for Christmas 2027. Warner Brothers has announced that Andy Serkis's Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum will open in theaters December 17th, 2027.
Love Andy Serkis, love him as Gollum, but why?
Money.
And he's directing, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Oh, how cool!" I'm like, "Fucking A, man! Just like Venom 2. Woo! Let there be carnage."
I wouldn't say that was his fault. I'd call that the script's fault.
Now
he's the director. He could have been like, "No, yes, no, yes."
Yeah. See, if you really want quality Lord of the Rings content with Andy Serkis, there are new audiobook versions of the trilogy that he narrates.
Cool.
Yeah,
he's
I've got
very
Fellowship. He does very well.
Yeah.
Fine. I don't dislike Andy Serkis, but Venom 2 really disappointed me bad. I'm like, but I had so much hope.
They had the right cast, they had a decent director, and an absolutely trash script. So
can't polish a turd.
Nope.
I don't know, but was there even a book called The Hunt for Gollum?
No.
I know there was a video game that just came out called The Hunt for Gollum, and it got horrible reviews, and it was instantly on sale and has remained so ever since.
No, there were no books at all about them trying to find Gollum. Okay, not even really anything mentioned in Tolkien's appendices.
Oh.
Mm.
So this really is, in fact, Lord of the Rings, The Quest for More Money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh. See, because I said that on Variety, and golly, there was a lot of people that were mad at me. Like a
Well, they
lot
can't
of.
handle the truth.
I think it was just a lot of people aren't Jewish.
Yeah. Or they
And-
haven't seen Spaceballs.
Ohio.
Like I had to put it down there like after a while because I kept getting like hateful message after hateful message after hateful message. Like, where is one? And you don't try to keep making more money after the money that you made last year. Why would it be a surprise that any other people also need to make money? My favorite was this guy, though. Why do you think they make movies in the first place? Nice fake name, Kev. No one takes you seriously. Thank you, dude. This is the name my mama gave me. It is the name that your mama called out last night. And this shit's just fucking unnecessary. You also haven't seen fucking Spaceballs. And if you have seen Spaceballs, you're just not fucking smart enough to catch the reference. So suck my balls. Really? Motherfucker.
Yeah, people are stupid.
Oh, big time.
Oh, I was just having so much fun with it because, like, really, if people are so fucking stupid that they don't get a Mel Brooks reference or a Spaceballs reference, your opinion does not matter to me. Please understand that. You can call me whatever fucking name you want. You could say whatever you want about my family. I don't care. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. You are a damaged fucking person, uneducated enough to fucking phase my opinion of you other than you're stupid.
You tell him, Kev.
So if you're not down with Spaceballs, I don't want to have a conversation with you. If you don't get it, I'm sorry. But
That's
anyway,
your problem.
Kind of, yeah. So that being said, there is no hunt for Gollum. This is the quest for more money. This is exactly what Mel Brooks was joking about. So I'm not sorry I made the fucking joke. I'm sorry you guys are all stupid. And high five to everyone else that fucking got the joke. The other 75% of the people that have seen Spaceballs.
Kevin, self high five, brother.
All right. So I do want to congratulate somebody from that group of people that are damaged and special, and that's new geologist Katy Perry, who just found a rock.
What's next? The Ark of the Covenant with Katie? Crying out loud, woman.
It's not a real science anyway. So, new set photos from He-Man. Show off Tila. Can't say I'm not upset. And you want to know why? Not because we have more pictures, but because we have this one.
Yeah. I saw
Oh
that today.
my god. Oh.
Fuck.
I haven't photoshopped this at all.
No.
Oh my god.
Wow. Just
Hey.
wow.
Right behind Tila, just the way he likes her.
This is also going to be a crossover with that new British show that talks about losing your virginity. It's a very short episode.
Especially with a ginger.
Mexican ginger, dude. She's spicy. So yeah,
Arriba.
All I had for the news this week, y'all.
Hey, I don't really got anything else going on. So probably a good time as anywhere to wrap it up and say goodnight to everybody. Chat. Let everybody know where they can find you and if you got anything coming up.
No, nothing exciting happening, but if you want to see pictures of my cats, just check me out. I'm on Blue Sky, Threads, and Instagram. I am at Mr. Peterman.
Kevin?
I don't want to do it again. God damn. So we are here every week on the Suns and Shadows channel. We are here Tuesday nights on Deadwire Live. Nope, that's here Tuesday on Saturday nights. Yep. Tuesday nights we do 0 Point reviews. Thursday nights we are here with the Stargate Files. For every other Friday night, we are here with Nostalgia TV. And of course, every Saturday night, we are here with Deadwire Live, the show I actually host and should know the name of.
Well, not too bad, Kevin. You'll eventually get there one day.
Do I need to start having cue cards up so you can read
That
it
would
off?
be so funny.
Yes. Yes. God damn it. That would be very fucking helpful.
All right, I'll write something up for you.
Glory hole.
Oh my God, dude. Fucking, I'm driving around at work today with my client in the car, and I've got the radio turned up, and all of a sudden I hear a zipper going up and a guitar going. I'm like, oh shit! I hit the button. It was Glory Hole. I was like, oh God damn. Forgot I had that on there.
What?
I like Steel Panther.
Hey, who doesn't like Steel Panther? And I am Jeff from Suns and Shadows. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Hit that like button on the way out. Do us a solid. Share, subscribe. And if you hang out on a redirect, we're going to get you over to Project Eggroll after this. Unless they end like literally when we're doing our outro. But otherwise, y'all have a good night. We'll see you next week.
It started.
Safety first.
Looks like you got some kind of alternate universe in there or something.
Yeah. All right, you primitive screwheads, listen up.
That's never happened to me.